Hello students, today we are going to discuss the topic biodiversity. See, in the entire universe we have different planets, but Earth is the only planet which supports the living organisms. We find plants, animals, microorganisms, human beings. So, we find diverse form of living organisms on this earth. Yes, we find variety and variability of plants and animals seen on this earth is called biodiversity. Yes, there are so many different type of plants and animals on this earth. So, there are variations in plants. You can find the same species of plants, but they vary in their structure of the leaf, the stem. Yes, the height also different, even though they are of the same species. So, we see variations in plants, and we also see variations in animals also, like they have different hoofs, claws. Yes, they have the different sizes of horns. Yes, in animals also, even though they are of same species, we find difference in this. And we also find variations in human beings also. The change in the hair color, the change in the makeup of the eyeball. Yes, no two human beings are similar. Even there are differences in twins also. So, these are the variations we observe in plants, animals and human beings also. So, every living organism has a right to live on this earth. Every living creature has a prominent role on this earth. So, every living organism living on this earth has a prominent role. So, due to some natural calamities or human interventions, or due to the other reasons like due to scarcity of food, or due to the attack by the enemies, hunting, or due to loss of shelter, some of the animals and plants have been disappearing from this earth. So, the animals and plants which already have disappeared from the earth, which were seen years before, now we cannot see them. Some of the plants and animals, like for example dinosaurs, which were seen in the ancient times before, now we cannot find them because they have disappeared from the earth. So, the animals and plants which have been disappeared from this earth forever, those type of species or animals and plants, they are called as extinct. See, the plants, they are called as flora, and fauna is nothing but animals. So, the plants and animals, flora and fauna, which have disappeared forever on this earth, they are called as extinct species. And the plants and animals which are on the verge of extinction, in a short period of time, in a few years, if they have not conserved, they also will be extinct. So, such type of species which are ready to disappear from the earth, they are called as endangered species or threatened species. So, International Union for Wildlife Conservation or World Wildlife Federation WWF have published a book which makes a record of all the species, plants and animals, in a book called Red Data Book or Red List Book, which have a record. They gives the warning signal to conserve that species. For example, the Indian roller, in Telugu you call Palapitta. So, this is on the verge of extinction, and the government of Telangana has declared it as a state bird, blue jay. And and nowadays you cannot find even vultures also, and some of the birds and animals are also, they are on the verge of extinction. So those all information will be recorded in a book, red data book. So those species are which are on the verge of extinction, they are called endangered or threatened species. Next, the word endemic. What is endemic? Some of the plants and animals, they are growing, or they can be seen only a particular or restricted area. Those type of plants and animals which are growing only in a particular restricted area, that type of species, they are called endemic species. For example, kangaroo you find in Australia, and kiwi you can see in New Zealand. Yes, so like this they have been distinguished: extinct, which have disappeared from the earth; endangered, which are ready to disappear from the earth, on the verge of extinction; and endemic species are the species which are present or seen in a particular area. Yes, so the wildlife, not only wildlife, even the plants, they have to be conserved. If we conserve the nature or protect the nature, it will protect us. If we are disturbing the habitats of plants and animals, indirectly or directly, they also disturb our living. Yes, so due to natural calamities like floods or droughts or volcanic eruptions or forest fires, tsunamis, some of the plants and animals, they will be washed away from this earth. Or due to human interventions also, like deforestation, the natural habitat of some of the wildlife have been destructed. So it is our responsibility to protect each and every life on this earth. We should not disturb their habitats, their natural habitats. So government has taken a step to protect them by initiating like national parks. The national park is a place where human intervention is not possible. It appears same as a natural habitat to protect the wildlife species like rhinoceros, lions and tigers, etc. So national parks in Telangana region, you can find Eturu Nagaram, Tiger Project, Kaval Sanctuary, like this. So sanctuary is also a place where it is also a natural habitat, but limited intervention is possible. Human can visit those places, sanctuaries, but it is the responsibility that nature is for human, but we should not be so greedy to grab all those things from the nature. We should use in a limited way. And also children, you waste lot of paper by tearing them. You use paper to write, but we should use in a limited way. We should not unlimitedly use the paper also, because for making the paper we cut trees. For growing a tree, it takes lots of years together, but for preparing the paper we have to cut so many trees. So from now onwards, what you are going to do is, we have to collect all the wastage paper, and we can recycle them and we can reuse them also. Yes, you can prepare a greeting card also and flashcard like also by using that paper. Yes, we should protect. If we want to protect ourselves, we should also protect our nature around. Yes, right children? Okay.